Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video we are basically going to diverge into something which quite a number of our viewers have been requesting us to share a video on. That is on the topic of how we manage to keep our turkeys healthy and without falling sick. So basically, if you're one of those that want to know what you can do to keep your turkeys healthy and without overfalling sick, kindly stick in here. You could also consider subscribing to the channel such that you do not miss out on any of our other content. We also request you to like the video and share. When you do that, basically this gives us motivation to continue producing such content. Yeah, so one of the things that we do to keep our turkeys healthy is basically allowing them out of their coop to feed on grass or green matter. We have noticed that actually if you occasionally allow your turkeys out of their coop to feed on grass and scavenge for insects, they will tend to be healthy. You will notice that actually our turkeys look very healthy, look stress-free, because we occasionally allow them out of their coop to feed on grass and green matter. This basically will enable them grow healthy. It will also make them less susceptible to illness. The other thing that we usually do to keep these turkeys healthy is basically allowing them to be in a stress-free environment. And of course, partly this is also as a result of allowing them to move around, as you can see. The other thing that we do basically to keep our turkeys healthy, and especially for the poults or chicks, is to basically keep them in a cage. So as soon as our incubating turkeys hatch, we get these poults with their mother and put them in a cage for a period of about 1 month. That way, the poults are able to feed on only the pellet feed and clean water, and without basically interfacing with the ground, certainly where the droppings go. So this will increase chances of their survival and actually reduce on mortality. We have actually found a cage that is raised off the ground, a lifesaver for poults. Quite a number of you have been wondering how we are able to raise numbers, especially of poults, large numbers of poults, without losing them. This is basically because we found out that actually if you raise these poults off the ground, the chances of survival are quite very high. So we basically continue to keep these poults in a raised cage, a cage that is raised off the ground for up to about 3 months. We believe that when they're 3 months old, they can easily be integrated in the rest of the stock and then feed from the ground, allow them out of the coop with the rest to be able to feed on the green matter, and that way they are able to grow without overfalling sick and basically without losing any of them. So this has been proven. A cage is basically a lifesaver for poults. Guys, if you want to raise your poults without necessarily having mortality, consider having a cage raised off the ground and raising your poults in there. Another way of keeping your turkeys healthy is basically having roosts for them. Of course, when turkeys love so much roosting, therefore, when you have roosts in your turkey coop, you will actually reduce on the time the turkeys will spend on the ground. Basically, this means you're reducing the time they are spending while interfacing with their droppings. Especially at night, turkeys will tend to sleep on the roosts, meaning actually they will be away from the coffee husks or whatever bedding that you use in your coop that literally has their droppings. So this will keep them healthy. This will make sure that they are sleeping not directly in contact with their droppings. And this will increase their chances of being healthy and certainly being without disease. The other thing that we have done to keep our turkeys healthy is basically ensuring that they have clean water at all times in their coop. Ladies and gentlemen, ensure that you change the water on a daily. Do not allow your turkeys to drink water for days. Make sure you give them clean water on a daily. And at times we put garlic and the ginger extract to act as an immune booster. We occasionally, once a week, uh, crush ginger and garlic and add that extract in their water. This has assured that actually our turkeys do not fall sick. The other thing that we do, ladies and gentlemen, is mixing charcoal, mixing actually crushed charcoal in our turkey feeds. We have actually noticed that actually charcoal is very good at very good at fighting coccidiosis in your flock. So ensure that you mix charcoal in your feed. And certainly, one other thing that we cannot underrate is basically the quality of feed that you give to your turkeys. And here I'm referring to the commercial feed, these feeds that we buy, the commercial feeds that we give to our turkeys. So basically, for us, we feed on broken maize and soya. And the ratio that we use is basically 3 to 1, meaning in 3 kgs of broken maize, we put 1 kg of soya cake. So basically, this has assured that our turkeys grow faster and they are able to lay at the right age. We have been able to have our turkeys lay on average at the age of 7 to 8 months. So, guys, if you're wondering why your turkeys are taking long without laying, please consider giving your turkeys broken maize mixed with the soya in an appropriate ratio. For us, we use 3 to 1. 2 to 1 would certainly be a good ratio. But of course, considering the cost of soya, you certainly have to get something that works for you. The other thing that we have been able to do to keep our turkeys healthy is basically feeding poults on a pellet. The pellet that we feed our poults on has about 32% protein. There is actually pellet that has more than that, especially the percentage of protein. There is actually pellet that has up to, I think, about 40% protein. But of course, considering the finances, for us who have opted for the pellet feed that has about 32% protein, and we have noticed that actually the growth rate with usage of this pellet isn't bad. You will notice in this video our 3 months turkey. Of course, the rest of the other turkeys we sold them off, but we ensure that for every flock that hatches, we basically have to leave one or two poults around on the farm. So we have noticed that actually pellet with 30 and above percent protein content is good enough to give your poults better growth rates. And so certainly this is something that we cannot ignore, especially when it comes to how to keep your poults healthy and grow faster. Thank you for listening to me. Once again, if this is your first time to watch this video, and also to basically get onto our channel, kindly consider subscribing such that you do not miss out on any other content that we may upload. And we also request you to like the video and share. Certainly, when you do that, you encourage us to continue doing what we are doing. We hope that this content has answered some of the questions regarding how we keep our flock healthy and how we have managed to raise these turkeys, especially for those who have been asking how we are able to ensure a high survival rate for our poults. Thank you for listening to me. Enjoy the rest of the viewing.